You know the standard PowerPoint model. Slides full of text that go on and on and on. Well, what if you approached your audiences differently, as though engaging them in a conversation, a visual conversation? In other words, instead of being locked into fixed sequences of bullet points and linear slides, you have the ability to show any slide from any show in any order at any time. Kind of like moving around inside a visual database. What would that look like? Well, it might look like the ideas you're about to see in this video, an approach called Relational Presentation. What you'll see next is 100% PowerPoint, and believe it or not, most of it's been possible for nearly 10 years. And you can do this too, by the way. It's pretty easy. Relational Presentation uses a collection of interlinked slideshows called a presentation network. Think of it like a website made entirely from slides. Here's an example. The slide you're looking at now is called a main switchboard. It may seem innocent enough, but in my network, this single slide links to more than 15,000 other slides, all available within seconds. Notice the discrete menu at the bottom? The buttons here access the network's major branches. For instance, clicking the first button called Main reveals an animated menu that, in turn, contains various slide options and submenus. The training link displays another animated menu containing training-related topics. The remaining buttons, on the other hand, jump out of the current show and access topically arranged sections. This section, as you might guess, deals with visual expression of ideas. Notice I always have an instant way back to the main switchboard from all content slides. Let's explore the structure section. Here we literally could spend days looking at all the featured content. I might show you the components that go into making a presentation network. Or I might click the Navigation Styles button and preview navigation strategies that are useful in your materials. For example, Showcase Navigation is a back and forth movement between a switchboard and content. Inline Navigation has a fixed menu that stays visible as topics above change. Zone Navigation uses the slide's visual design as a basis for link location. If I displayed this graph and you said, "How did you come up with those numbers?" I probably would click the bars to show the numbers behind the numbers, and the numbers behind those numbers. Let's revisit that visual language area for a moment, and I'll show you one more related and vital idea. Content in a relational network is often layered, meaning a presenter can stay shallow with a concept or go deeper at any time. I use this slide to discuss image formats in PowerPoint, and I encourage learners to use only JPEGs and PNGs when inserting images. That may be all I want to say at the moment, and then I move on to another slide. But there's something else going on here you can't see. Someone might say, "I've never used PNG format before. What's different about it?" I say, does anybody know the answer to that question? Usually they don't. I say, look closely at the female model on this slide. Then I click the picture, which links to a separate slideshow, and say, this is her original picture before the background was removed and the image was saved as PNG format. Then I come back to this slide and say, now, what's different about PNGs? At that point, it's pretty obvious PNG images can be saved with transparency, allowing the background of the slide to show through. If you'd like to see more video demonstrations of relational presentation techniques in action, or learn the process for yourself, visit the Aspire Communications website. Books, workshops, and templates are available. Or give us a call today with any questions. We'll be glad to help.